This probably dried already on my face. Jeez. Sorry, you guys. That was actually them. My doctor's office. This baby fell asleep finally. I literally was about to strap him in here and then he fell asleep. Hi, Francine. Hi, Lupita. I was gonna come back, but the live ended due to it being too long. I did all this for nothing because he literally fell asleep. But it was my doctor, well, the nurse, and I guess my thyroid is low, meaning it's too high. I don't freaking know. So now I gotta get a new medication, and I'm like, see, this whole time I've been taking the wrong pills. And she's like, well, that could be a reason why you're having a hard time falling asleep too, because you're on the wrong dose. Great. And then I have to go and get another x-ray done. Well, I have to get a CT scan now because of the mass to see what the heck it is. So this whole time I've been sitting here waiting, and she was so sweet. That girl was so sweet too, so I can't even be mad at her, even if I wanted to. My makeup literally was all como que it set. Maybe this will help. It set because I left it on there for so long. Saludos. Hi, Yolanda. Saludos. Feliz lunes. The weekends go by so fast, huh? So me and Michael were discussing today about maybe putting Jaden in private school. So I'm kind of gonna start, well, I'm not kind of, but I'm gonna look into it. And put him in private school. But how many of you guys have your babies in private school? Do you guys think the education level is different? Like, is it a big difference between keeping your kids in regular school, like public school, or sending them to a private school? Is the education better? Because that's like my main reason why I want Jaden to go to another school. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Mi gordito se quedó dormido. Arlen, hi. He fell asleep. So it was my doctor, the nurse, and I answered it, right? That's why the live ended or whatever. So then my phone was dying, and I'm like, oh my God, please don't die. Please don't die. Because you know how I haven't been able to get through with them for whatever reason? I honestly think they just weren't calling me, and they were just saying that because, bro, come on. So then I go in, I put the phone on the charger, And then she was asking me what dose I was taking for my thyroid. And I'm like, okay, let me get it. I go and I grab it. And then the volume on the phone turned down because, you know, whenever your phone's dying, everything dims and the volume goes down. So I was trying to turn up the volume and I hung up on her. And I'm like, no, man, like, bro, luckily she called me back. But see, what are the chances of that? I accidentally hung up on her and then she called me back and it went through. I went through the first time, I went through the second time. So how is it possible that you guys called me all these other times and you swore you guys did and I didn't get nothing? I think they were lying. Charter school is way better at all aspects. Not sure about private schools. Well, I want to put him somewhere. So Jaden has his speech is delayed, right? So he gets help at school. The first year he went to school for kindergarten, the teacher he had was amazing. Like, we had such a good team, and they were pulling him out to help him with his speech and, you know, doing everything they needed to do on their end to help him with that. So he was doing so good. I mean, I could understand him really clearly. He was doing amazing. And then he passed and went to first grade. Now, the teachers last year, I don't know if you guys remember me telling you guys, but it was a shit show. So basically, instead of him having a second teacher, he only had one teacher, because apparently this teacher was certified to do what the other, like for speech therapy. She's certified for that, and as well to be a regular teacher. So that's why Jaden had her. But then all of a sudden, in the middle of this whole situation, we got an email that she no longer was going to be a teacher. She was just going to dedicate herself to helping the kids that need help with their speech. So I was like, okay. And then Jaden got a new teacher. So then we got a new teacher, and all of a sudden I noticed that Jaden wasn't bringing homework at all. Like, it literally, like, boom, just stopped. So once they got the new teacher, there was no more homework. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, that's not normal. Like, Jaden, are you forgetting your schoolwork or something? So nothing. I ended up, like, a whole month passed, you guys, and nothing. Still no schoolwork. And I'm like, well, what the heck, right? Like, they're supposed to get homework. They get a packet once a week, and they're supposed to turn it in on Fridays. Nothing. So then finally, after a month, because again, I don't like to bother people, I like to give them a chance. So I waited a month, and then I called the school, and I'm like, I'm just curious, like, what's going on, because my son isn't getting any homework, and honestly, they changed his teacher. Like, is he still getting his therapy, all this stuff? And then the lady's like, I apologize. She says, yes, they got a new teacher, but unfortunately, as soon as she became their teacher, she left she left because she was on her pregnancy. What is it called? When you have a baby and pregnancy, like whenever you have a baby and they let you leave from work. I don't know what the hell it's called, but she was on that, which meant they had a substitute teacher. And she said, substitute teachers don't give homework out because that's not really their class. So why did you guys give these kids this new teacher when she wasn't even going to be there? It was just so weird. So then she comes back, and this is right before, like, all the holidays and stuff. We were supposed to have teacher conferences with her, which I was really looking forward to talk to her, because I was really concerned about Jaden getting behind in school. Well, she canceled teacher conferences because she was sick, and then she decided to not be at work for the remainder of the week. And then the following week was, I believe it was either Christmas or Thanksgiving break. He got so behind in school, so freaking behind. And now this year he has 2 teachers again. And I just feel like maybe I need to put him in a private school or a charter school. I need to put him somewhere else that he's going to get the help he needs, and bring him back to speed, like put him back to the level he needs to be, because He is behind because of all last year. So that's all I'm asking. If any of you guys have your kids in private school or a charter school or any suggestions, I was thinking, like, even if I don't do that, like, maybe I need to get him a tutor or something. But that's the whole point of him having this teacher, you know. I don't know what to do. Maternity leave, yes. Hi, Steph. Hey, girl. So it kind of seems like she came in to be the new teacher, and boom, just like that, she was gone, and we had a substitute for over a month. And then when she did come back, she was sick, and she left again. It was really weird. Maternity leave, yes. So now he is very, I feel like he's just more, instead of being on track, I feel like he kind of got behind because I have a hard time understanding him now. And before, when he was in kindergarten with his teacher, she was amazing. Like, that team was so amazing, you guys. Amazing. I mean, I could understand him really clearly. And now, and Jaden's problem is like, he wants to tell you, like, he gets so excited to tell you something, and he'll like speed talk. Like, he tries to say it super, super fast, which makes it harder for him to pronounce stuff. So I always have to tell him, like, you need to speak a little slower, you know, like, take your time. But I feel so horrible. And when he was really little, when he was like a year old, you guys, at first, we were so worried about him because we thought there was more to it, like there was something else wrong with him, because he just did not want to talk at all. But I know that Michael was saying that my brother-in-law, his son was the same way. So I don't know if it's genetic or what, but now he talks really, really good. But at first, Jaden just would like point at everything he wanted. Or if he wanted something, he would come and he'd go like give you, he wouldn't want to talk. He would go like this to give you for you to give him his hand, and then he would grab your hand and he would take you to show you what he wanted. But he didn't want to talk. But then once he started school, man, he was doing so good. And the thing is like, I know some of you guys are probably like, well, why didn't you put him in pre-K, or why didn't you take him to daycare so that way they could start working with him? Well, guess what? He couldn't, because fucking COVID happened. Literally, when it was time for him to attend a year before even pre-K, we couldn't, because COVID. And then to even put him to go to a pre-K, like a daycare pre-K, they had a waiting list because, remember, nobody wanted to work. So that screwed him over. So by the time they had openings for him to be able to go to pre-K, he already was going to go to kindergarten. So he didn't even start getting anything done. And then, and believe it or not, I had even told the doctor if he could give me a referral to take him somewhere else to get therapy before, like, yeah, they don't have any openings at pre-K or any daycares because of COVID, but maybe I could take him somewhere else. And they said no, that he had to get evaluated through the school, and then they would give me a referral. So they wouldn't do it. But his first teacher was so amazing. Like, I love her so much. Like, every day that we see her, when I take the Jaden to school, we always see her because I walk in the morning. I walk Jaden to school in the morning, and she's so sweet, man. And Jaden loves her so much. Like, she's a really amazing teacher, like really amazing. She has so many, so much patience with the kids. And, you know, there's teachers that care, and there's teachers that are just there for a paycheck. And that's the reality. That's like any job field, any job. But I don't know if maybe I'm just like a little too worried. I'm a little too worried because school just started, so maybe I need to give it like a little bit of time before I jump into trying to pull him out of school and putting him in a charter school or private school. But I just don't want him to get more behind because he's already a year behind. And you know what's so crazy, guys? Like over here, they will not allow you to like let, you know, when kids flunk, like they get held back a year because for whatever reason. They don't allow that over here at all. All kids pass regardless. Regardless, which I think in all reality that hurts them more. But so I guess in the meantime, all I can do is like work really, really hard with him to help him catch up. Because pobrecito, my baby. And he's such a good kid, you guys. Like, all the kids at school love him so much. He's so kind-hearted, and that worries me too, that he's so kind-hearted and such a sweetheart, and he shares with everybody. Like, I recently found out that he's giving his snack to the kids, and he shares with everybody, and I'm like, Jaden, you can't do that because you don't know if some kids might be allergic, you know, to whatever because he takes like the Uncrustables, and I give him juice, and I give him different things, or like the little Lunchables with the crackers and all that. And I'm like, you can't be sharing because you don't know if the kids might have allergies. The funny thing is that last year when he was taking snack, he came home one day and he's like, Mom, I can't take PB&J anymore. And I said, why? He said, because my friend Jack is allergic to peanuts. And I'm like, well, you're not taking a snack for Jack. You're taking a snack for you. What do you mean? And he's like, I want to share. I said, but you can't do that. And the teachers are supposed to be on it, like making sure the kids aren't sharing for the same reason. And apparently they didn't care last year. But he's such a sweet, sweet boy. And I'm like, even my oldest son, like Nathaniel, he's like, Mom, you need to make sure Jaden knows, like, it's okay to be kind, but he needs to not be too kind because the kids are going to take advantage of that. And they're going to end up bullying him. And I'm like, bro, they freaking better not. Let's see if it works. Thank you, Ruby. See, I didn't see the comment over here, but Ruby said that charter schools are better because they're smaller. I don't know where the comment went now, but it was there. That charter schools are better because they're smaller groups, so they could do like more one-on-one, and that's what he needs, honestly. I don't want to use this one, it's too light. Over here, my comments don't pop up. Is the whole reason why I got another freaking phone. And I was gonna try to go live on both pages but I can't log in on this one. I don't know my password to my other account. So I'm gonna look into the whole charter schools and see if there's even any around here. The only thing that sucks, you guys, is like We literally live across the street from the school. Like, literally, like I said, I walk Jaden to school. So I would have to take him somewhere else. So since I have like little creases right there, when I do the concealer, I pull kind of down a little bit like this, so I could make sure that the concealer goes inside of those little cracks. So that way, all of my skin is getting it. Because of those little creases. What the heck? Wait, what? I don't know what you are saying, girly. Some charters have busing services. Thank you. I'm gonna look into it. I've never really looked into it, like the difference between a charter school or a private school. I really don't know the difference, but that's why I was asking to see your guys' opinion. I got my, oh my God, you guys, Junior's game was so good this weekend. They freaking smoked that other team. Literally. They had 50-some freaking points to 0. When I say they smoked them, they smoked them. They did so freaking good, man. I need to order me more powder. If you guys are interested on trying the Huda Beauty powder, the setting powder, it is so worth it, I promise you. Like, so worth it. Like, you don't have to even do anything after you put on. I got the mini one to kind of test it out before I bought the big size one. And I absolutely love it. It is so worth it. I need to get a bigger one. And the setting spray, the one size setting spray, love it. This time I'm going to get the one without the sunscreen just because I don't like the way it smells. So I need to get a new one of these. And then the blush, the one size blush is also really amazing, you guys. I gotta go drop off orders too. Shout out to the girls that placed orders yesterday as well. Probably girls from TikTok, I think, to be honest. So I'm gonna wipe underneath just so I can finish my eyes. I don't even remember if I put anything on my eyes, but I'm just gonna redo it in case I did. The P. Louise base number 2. So I'm probably gonna end my live, you guys, and go live on my Twitch. If you guys want to join me, you may do so. If not, I will see you guys later. Thank you to every single one of you girls that literally went and created a Twitch account just for little old me. You guys are amazing. We're literally on the road to 50 followers, which I know is like 50 followers ain't shit. Girl, let me see you make one and get 50 at least. Because it's not easy. A lot of people don't have Twitch, honestly. But at least, I mean, on TikTok, my page is doing good over there. We're on the road to 40,000 over there. That's not bad. I just don't know how it works over there. Or Twitch, so I need to learn. I think I had already did this, huh? Hi, Evelyn. See you later, girly. Where do you buy? I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is? Does anybody know what she means? She's asking where I bought something, but I don't know. The powder? Are you talking about the powder? If you're talking about the powder, the Huda Beauty, you could get it at Sephora, or you can order online as well. Or the setting spray, same Sephora, and it's one size. It is, let me show you. It is crystal_love_. That's my Twitch. I follow you in Twitch. Yay, Diane, thank you so much. I'm gonna go live over there. I couldn't figure it out yesterday how to do it, honestly. But then I figured it out. I guess I had to put like a category of what I was doing. Because I didn't know what the heck I was doing, to be honest. So for my eyeshadow, the kids are here. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna just use this eyeshadow really fast. Well, it's not an eyeshadow, but the Hoola bronzer. I'm gonna use it as an eyeshadow. And I'm gonna grab a little bit. And I've been doing my makeup like this since this weekend, and I honestly really like it. Hey, girly.
Hi.
How was school? Let me see your hair.
It looks horrible right now.
I thought it was scrunched up for some reason. How was school? I'm on live. Say hi.
It was good.
Stop doing that every time.
You woke up the baby.
The first thing you do. Did they bring back the food and stuff?
Yeah,
Look how lucky these kids are.
I got a sandwich. It was so good.
So I guess last year they took it down, right? Was it last year they took it down?
Yeah.
So last year they took down their little, what is it called?
Workout 4.
Okay, I have to take you then.
Okay.
Can we try to leave at least before 3:30?
Yeah, I guess I'll just sit there.
You're gonna have to, I'm sorry. Until we get another car. What is it called though, Titi?
What?
That
they brought?
Like, what do they call it? The store? It's a store?
Student store.
So they took away their student store last year, I guess.
Still had it, but they took away like all the food.
They took away the food. And then they brought it back this year. Girl, they got Chick-fil-A.
And Dion.
And Dion's, like, what? You know what I used to get? They used to sell, in middle school, they used to sell pizza. And it wasn't like Pizza Hut or Dion's. It was literally frozen pizza, which was better than the one they sold at the store. And that's what they sold. It was better than what they gave in the cafeteria. They gave that. And it was so not good, but it was better.
Are you gonna cry?
Me?
No, him.
Oh, because I woke him up. It was so, do you guys remember that? They get Chick-fil-A, Dion's, all kinds of goodies. And I said, girl, well, you're going to have to start working over here to get some money, honey. Oh. I want mine in pink. Mine pink. Please. They're not bad, huh?
Mm-mm.
You know that I literally came up with this logo.
You did?
Yes. Hub is getting custom shirts printed for his business, huh?
Where are you guys going? Where were you?
I gotta go get more formula for the baby, and I have to take Nate.
asked if you needed anything.
Oh, I'm okay. Thank you. Okay, so I do like the little outline, and I fucked up because I should. Normally, I don't do the side part yet. So then I go back in with this big old fluffy brush. So let me show you the difference of the brushes. And you could do any eyeshadow. I like to use this one because since it's a bronzer, it's very like light color. It's very light. So I use this one first to add it, and then I use this one to blend it out. Right? And I do inner corner, and then I kind of do a half moon and then wing it out. But don't do this part yet. I messed up. You want to cut the crease first, and then you do that part. So you get your paintbrush or whatever you use to cut your crease. I like to use my paintbrush. I need a new one, but this is my Arts and Crafts paintbrush from Michaels. Hi, cuz. I'm waiting on the pictures, girl. I'm waiting on the pictures. Titi wants to see the pictures too. Titi, did you see the video I sent you of the little girl that got a lowrider for her 15? Yeah. I'm like, okay, cut the crease, flat, super flat brush like this, and make sure it's round. If you're trying to cut your crease with a square, flat brush, girl, you're gonna fail. Like, how are you gonna do a round cut crease with a brush like this? You're setting yourself up for failure. Like, do not do that. You need a round, perfectly round brush like this. The flatter, the better. And look at how flat this one is. And this is super old. I need to get a new one. You could get these at Michaels. So all I do is I go against my eyelid. So I let the roundness of my eyeball basically guide me. Once you start going, don't stop. So I go in the inner corner. And then I just keep going. I push enough down. I push enough down to where I could feel the roundness of my eyeball. And that's going to guide me to do a perfect round cut crease, okay? Like so, and then you bring it out. I woke him up, man. My son's mad because he has to sit at work a little early, but bro, I am not gonna make Jaden walk. You could sit in the AC for an extra freaking 15 minutes and then clock in because it's too hot to freaking walk. And I need my car either way. Because Jaden has practice. I'm trying to buy another vehicle. I don't know if you guys remember that I was gonna buy another, like a family car. That was the plan, and I was trading in my CTS. And I really didn't want to trade in my CTS because it's literally still brand new. Like, it doesn't have that many miles, and it's a really good car. And we were going to trade it in. I mean, everything was already done. I gave, like, all the paperwork was finalized. All we were waiting was on the bank to finalize on their end. And bro, they were so rude at the Cadillac dealership in Albuquerque. They were so freaking rude, bro. Like, I literally was so annoyed with them. I didn't even want to do business with them anymore. And we were approved. Like, we were ready to go. I was like, fuck this. I'm not doing this shit. I got my deposit back. And I kept my car. And then my car ended up needing a new it was having issues with the transmission, so they went ahead and rebuilt the transmission. Cost me $4,000 to fix that, which is so messed up because I've had that car for over 5 years, you guys, and it's never messed up on me once. And then it decides to mess up now. Anyways, fixed it. Now it runs perfectly fine. So now I'm just like, fuck it. I'm just going to keep it, pay it off, and buy me another car and sell that car to my son. So the deal was that I was going to buy my son like a little starter upper car. I told him, like, look for a car for at least 7-8 grand. Find yourself a little beater, you know, something that will get you around for that much money. You could get a nice car for 7-8 grand, like something decent, right? But he wants my car. He wants my car. So I told him, I'll make you a deal. The money that I told you I was going to give you, I'll put it towards paying off my car. Because I literally, my car's already going to get paid off. I don't owe a lot of money. I owe 13 grand on my car. That ain't shit, you guys. Like, really isn't. So I told him, instead of giving you the 7-8 grand, I can put it towards the car. Like, you know, pay it off. I'll put that and then sell you my car since he wants it. Because I'm not just going to let him have it. I could sell it to somebody else. And so he agreed that he would give me 10 grand for it. And I'm gonna get me my car. So I guess it kind of makes me pretty happy because then the car stays in the family. And it's a really good car, you guys. It's literally all-wheel drive. It still has under 70,000 miles. It's a really good car. I just gave a shit all out of the blue. But that's the reason why I kind of had to put on hold. Because I could still get another car if I wanted to and go somewhere else and just trade in my car. But I really don't want to trade in my car. That's the only thing. So now I just need to pay it off. And I don't mind paying it off. The only thing is like, I just paid $4 grand to fix it. So I'm trying to like kind of save a little more money before I give up more money again, which sucks because the way I see it is like, fuck, dude, I could have paid those $4 grand towards paying off the car, and nope, it fucking took a big shit. And then I think it was kind of a sign, you guys, because I got basically approved to get 2 of my dream cars that I wanted. And originally I went in there with the mindset that I wanted my Denali. That was like my mindset. Like before that, I wanted my Cadillac, right? And that was my mindset. Like I want it, and that's what I want. Then slowly but surely, I started falling in love with the Denalis. The Denalis are so beautiful. So then when we went to the dealership, they had both of them there. And I got approved for both. So the guy's like, just tell me which one you want and we could send out paperwork for it. He said, because you basically got approved for... The amount I got approved for covered both cars. So I was super excited about it. And then Michael was like... He wanted me to get the Cadillac, and I wanted the Denali. Then I feel like Michael kind of got in my head, and then I was like, you know what, fuck it. Now I want the Denali. So then we did the paperwork for the Denali, and then afterwards I felt like, fuck, like, do I really want the Denali, man? So I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of glad that I didn't go through with it because I feel like it was gonna bug me. It's so hard for me to commit with something, you guys. Like, I'm the type of person, like, even if I'm buying a couch, it is so hard for me to commit. Like, or a lamp, anything. I will go several times before I actually purchase it because it's so hard for me to commit. Like, I don't know if I want it. It's so hard. So I'm kind of glad it happened because afterwards when we sent all the paperwork for the Denali, I was kind of like, Fuck, man, I think I really want the Escalade. Like, the fuck am I doing? But it was too late. So now I have time to, like, really make up my mind. And to be honest with you guys, I honestly miss my old car so much. It would have been paid off already. I had a Denali, a Hemi, fully loaded, you guys. It was so beautiful, and I loved it. It has the 3 rows, and it was small. It was a perfect. I mean, everybody thought it was a guy car, but it was my car. And I loved it so much, and the transmission blew. Those cars are so, like, known for that. So we ended up paying $9 grand for a freaking used transmission. And then once we fixed it, my primo was like, well, you could keep it now. Like, it's not gonna mess up on you no more because you guys got another transmission. And I was just too scared to keep it because that had already happened. So I was like, fuck no. So we traded it in and I got my CTS. But I regret it now. I regret it because I loved my Denali so much. But a little advice, do not get Denalis. I mean Denalis, not Denalis, a Durango. They're really nice and beautiful and perfect. Like, they're not big ol' ass cars, but they're not reliable. And then when I shared with everybody on live what happened with my Durango, I had so many people saying the same thing happened to them with their Durango. Literally. So I feel like I'm going through all of this because I need a family car. And I had one, my Durango. And I loved it so much, you guys. It was literally black on black. Like, the inside was black, the outside was black. It was so freaking pretty. 36 weeks, Sarah. Are you nervous? Do you have, like, your induction date yet or no? I got induced at 39 weeks. Wait. Charged my son here in Albuquerque to either rebuild or... Oh my God, Ruby, really? And I got lucky, girl. I mean, that's not bad. And I don't know why. I would trust El Paso, honestly. I freaking love El Paso. Like, I would trust it out there. But honestly, my cousin, he's a mechanic. He used to work for the BMW dealership. So anytime that we have any issues with our vehicles, I take it to him. And if it's something that he can't do, he will recommend a friend that can do it. So the people he recommended are really, 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 really good at what they do. So that's the only reason that I was okay with it, you know. But thank you for letting me know that, because as you guys know, I am building a car. This is not like an everyday car, but I'm building a car for myself. And I actually want to get my seats and all that done. But I know there's a lot of places in El Paso too that can do that. Hold on, Papa. But that's a good, I'm sorry, you guys, my phone died. I won't go past 38 weeks. So I go weekly for my sonogram. Oh, wow. They're gonna let you not go past 38 weeks? Is it because is like your baby really big? Or is that just what they want? That's awesome. Are you excited? I can't even believe my baby is 4.5 months, man. I seriously can't believe it. I'm sorry, you guys, my phone died. So now that all that happened with my car, and I didn't go through with purchasing the Denali, I feel like now I can actually like make up my mind 100% which one I want. And hubby was like, well, originally I really wanted, like, I thought the Escalade was really nice, and then when we went in, like, we test drove the Escalade and everything, you guys. We didn't even test drive the Denali. And then when right when they told us that we got approved for the amount for both, I was like, can I see the inside of the Denali? And the guy's like, yeah. So we go and look at it, and then Michael's like, no, this one's badass. And I was like, because originally that's what I wanted. Actually, originally the other one, and then later on I started falling in love more with the Denali. I love the bumblebee grill in the front. Like, I love that so much about the Denalis. But so now, since we're almost towards the end of the year, my plan is to wait around Christmas, because you know how they have like the mega. I wish I could have just kept my Durango, honestly. But I was just so afraid that it was the same thing was gonna happen. Even though we replaced it, I was afraid it was gonna happen again. And I'm like, I don't want to put myself through that again. And that is expensive. To drop that much money on fixing cars is the crazy work. Like, to save my money and then have to spend it on shit like that sucks. Like, I hate that so much. I feel like, honestly, I truly feel like I just have bad luck with cars. Okay, so see how I cut the crease? And then I basically clean it up. And then you want to do like the little V, the wing part. But after you cut the crease, then do it. Because then you could cut, when you do that, then you could actually see where you want the wing to be. So I like to do it on the end like this, right? I connect it, I just do like a solid line across with the smaller brush. And then I start to drag it into the shadow, like into my eyelid. What time is it? Just like that. I don't know why I've been really liking it, my eyeshadow like this. It's kind of like a little shadow. And then in the center, because I want it to stay like as nude as possible, I go in with this shade right here with a flat brush. And I put that where I concealed with the cut crease. And I do that color so it sets it. And then it remains looking nude. Hold on, Papa, I'm gonna be done now. pasa, bebé? Vente. What are you looking for, huh? They say because my high blood pressure 3 weeks ago, she weighed 5 pounds by them, so I'm not sure how big she's going to be tomorrow. Oh, okay. Well, best of luck, girl. That's exciting. Is this your first baby? I don't know if you shared that with me already. Because I think there's somebody else on my live that watches me too that is having a baby as well. Okay. So then mascara. So then I just leave it like that. And just put mascara. Uh-oh. Excuse you. Étale. He's all kicking himself down. He laughs. Oh, you guys should have seen the true crime story that I was sharing yesterday on TikTok. Was insane. Your last baby? Oh, your fourth and last. Okay. I want to say this is my last, but I'm not going to lie that I want one more. But if it happens, it happens. If not, it doesn't. But I wouldn't mind another baby, but a girl. Only so my daughter can have somebody since she's the only girl out of all these girls. But I miss my belly though. I miss my baby belly. Okay, so I'm gonna do my lashes. These ones are Homegirl Movement lashes in the style by Yasa. I can't wait to start getting Halloween costumes for him. I have one that I'm gonna do with all the boys. Well, not all the boys, but Jaden, Junior, and Zeke. Papi, I'm almost done. Look. 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 ¿Quién es ese gordito? ¿Ah? ¿Quién es ese gordito? ¿Quién es ese gordito, bebé? Look. So yesterday, thank you, Jose. I have to go. So Nathaniel has to go to work by 4, but Jaden gets out of school at 3:50. And since we only have one car because Michael's not in town, so I have to. And I don't want to make the kids walk. Dude, it's so hot, man. It's so hot for them to walk after school. I feel bad. I could barely do it. I'm not going to do that to them. So I told Nathaniel, you're going to have to go to work at least half an hour early. You could say it's a nice cool air. Because I'm going to haul ass back to pick up Jaden from school. And then I gotta go get this little gordito. I gotta get him more formula. Pero quería niño. I wanted another baby. And now he's screaming. No, no tubes tied. No. No, because I honestly... Like I said, I might want one more. If it happens in the next year, then I'll have another baby. But if it doesn't, hey, you're gonna fall because you keep kicking like that. Okay, hold on. Voy a salir toda chueca. Toda chueca, compadre. And he was asleep, and then I woke him up. No tears or nothing. No tears or nothing. Let me take him to Titi. Hold on. Oh, it's okay. I'm basically done. You're mean. Girl, you don't shit roses. Zeke shits roses. You're mean to my baby. But if I don't have a baby like a year, like soon, then I don't want no more. Then I'll be done. Yes, because I saw that. That's what I was saying at the beginning of my live. That somebody came forward and said that you know how she has a black eye because she claims that they got basically jumped or whatever, and then they took the baby. Somebody said that was a lie because that she already had a black eye before all this happened. Somebody had seen her a few days before all this happened, and she had a black eye already. She already had a black eye, so they're saying she's lying. And then the fact that she lawyered up so fast, like, bro, if that's my baby and I know for a fact that what I'm saying is the truth, I'm not even going to have time to think about no lawyer. I am going to cooperate with the cops in every shape, form, whatever the hell they want. You want me to freaking do a lie detector test? I will do it. I will do whatever because I know that I didn't do nothing sketch to my child. And I know for a fact, like, I'm not lying. And what's more important is my baby. Like, you guys want to accuse me, go ahead and accuse me. But I'm still going to be involved and I'm going to help and I'm going to do whatever in my power to help try to find my baby because I know I didn't do nothing wrong. But they're basically doing everything that is indicating they're guilty. Everything. They're taking, oh, they're, really? No more babies for you then. Hi, Krista. Hi, Dre. Hi, girly. I love baby talk. That boy be screaming a storm over there. Diti had her little fan on and she's like, I can smell his poop. And I said, girl, you don't shit roses. Your shit don't smell like roses. That's why he was getting mad. He was using the bathroom. I feel like. But, cuz, you gotta listen to this true crime story that I was telling the girls yesterday on TikTok. I use Infamil formula. And then, but I just stopped breastfeeding too, so he was doing both. Thank you, Rose. He's so big. That boy is so big. Everybody thinks he's older than what he is. And I'm like, no, he is literally only 4 months. But he's really, really big. He's a big boy. So the story that I'm going to tell you guys really, really fast because I have to go and, you know, do my thing. Chicken wings. But anyways, so this couple got pregnant at a very young age, right? The girl was only 15 and the boyfriend was a few months older than her. Yeah, no, I haven't gotten my tubes tied. That's what my mom would tell us. I feel like, quieren niños, not I tell my daughter that. She tells me, ¿quieres nietos? She got you there. That's funny. I always say that, though, because when they cry and you're like, oh, my God, please don't cry. And then you got to remind yourself, like, girl, you wanted a baby. You did that to yourself. You did it to yourself. You did that. You did it to yourself, girlie. But at least I have, like, the kids, like Serenity and Junior, they help a lot with him. A lot. Like, they're always fighting to hold him. And, yeah. They have their days where they're like, okay, no, it's not my baby. It's yours, lady. But other than that, they're really helpful. Okay, so let me tell you guys this story. You guys are going to trip out. So this couple met each other years ago, right? And the little boy, my hair is, let me put some water. It's because I let my hair air dry. And then, yeah, so it's like all messed up. So they met each other. The girl was only 15 and the boyfriend was older than her, right? She ended up getting pregnant. She gets pregnant and they end up having the baby. But the dad, the boyfriend, is an asshole. Like, he literally would get frustrated with the baby. Anytime the baby would cry, he would get frustrated and he would pinch the baby. Like, super hard, would pinch the baby. So the little girl, the mom, because she's young, right, 15 years old, she was starting to see, like, she started noticing these things, that he was acting like that with the baby. And then I guess what really, like, made her finally, like, say, fuck this, I'm not going to keep this baby in this family anymore. That eye is old, a fresh black eye, don't look like that. And who in the F says, oh no, from behind and it punches. I haven't seen the whole story. I want to look into it, but I only seen that this morning on TikTok, that somebody was saying that they seen the mom and the dad a few days before and that she already had that black eye. So it wasn't fresh due to her. It doesn't match with her story. Plus, I mean, why would you not want to cooperate with the cops, right? If you don't have nothing to hide, why even lawyer up? If I'm innocent, I'm not going to lawyer up. My concern is going to be finding my baby. That's what I care about. Fuck the attorneys. If the cops want to blame me, you could blame me, but I'm not going nowhere. I want to find my baby. That's what you would care about. You would not be doing all that other shit. They never stop. Yeah, exactly. He goes on and on and on. Between 4 and 6 months old, you can introduce baby cereal. Yes, I started giving him cereal. I started giving him the oatmeal cereal in his milk. And then I did cut the nipple. I did like a little cross, like a little X to make it a little bit bigger. Except I don't give him too much because I don't want him to choke. Okay, so the girl ended up deciding that she wasn't going to keep the baby no more because one time the dad got really frustrated with the baby because the baby wouldn't stop crying, and he put the baby in the cooler, bro, and he shut the cooler and basically left the baby in there crying until he heard that the baby was basically not crying anymore because clearly the baby couldn't breathe anymore. He would open it and pull the baby out. So once she seen him doing that, she decided she wasn't going to keep the baby anymore, and she wanted to give up the baby for adoption. So she did that. The baby girl gets adopted by like a really good family from New York. So then the little girl goes and moves in with, she gets adopted and all that good stuff. And she ends up moving to New York. So then years later pass, and this 15-year-old isn't 15 anymore. She gets older and she stays with this asshole piece of shit man. She stays with him. And then they end up having more kids. She has 2 more girls. Except she feels like, okay, well, we're older now. We should be able to manage these kids because back then we were only 15, but he was older. So she ends up staying with them. So then now it's been 18 years. 18 years passed by. The daughter that got adopted, she's doing amazing, right? She's about to go to college. She got a paid scholarship to take some art classes in college in New York. So she's doing really good. But then she decides that she wants to find her biological parents. So then she goes online on Facebook and she starts looking for her parents, and she finds her dad. She finds the dad, and then she reaches out and she tells them who they are, and she's like, I want to meet them. And then of course her adoptive parents are like supportive. They want to support her. So they agree that they're going to allow her. Well, technically, they don't really have to allow her because she's already 18. But they agree to let her go and meet her biological dad and mom. So she goes, whatever. She goes, and then the girl starts spending a lot of time with the parents, right? With the biological parents. So she tells her adoptive parents that she doesn't want to go back and that she's going to put off going to college the first year so she could spend time with her biological parents and her sisters, because she has 2 sisters, right? So she starts staying there or whatever. And then things start getting a little weird because the wife notices that the dad starts like shaving and dressing like younger and like doing some weird ass shit. So the mom was like, why is he, what the hell? Like, what is up with him? So he starts shaving and looking more younger. So whatever, that happens. And then one day she notices that he decides that he's going to start sleeping in the 18-year-old daughter's room on the floor. He makes a little bed on the floor next to her bed. And the mom's like, why are you doing that? Like, that is weird. And he says, well, she wants me to. And obviously it's not okay for me to sleep in the same bed as her. So I'm just going to go ahead and sleep on the floor to keep her company. So the mom's like, all right, that's fine. So then after that, it gets more and more weird. Like, they get more close to each other. So then the girl, the mom, she's like, fuck this, I'm done. I don't want to be with you no more. Like, we're getting divorced. Before she does that, she tells her daughter, she says, look, the reason why I gave you up for adoption is because when you were a baby, your dad used to pinch you really hard. Like, he used to basically, mistreat her, right? And she told her about the pinching and the cooler situation, and the girl didn't care. That was her daddy in her eyes. So then after that, the mom decides that she don't want to be with him anymore. So she tells him, like, I'm leaving you. I'm done. I'm not going to be with you no more. And I'm taking my 2 daughters with me. And she wanted to take the older one too, but the older one decided she wanted to stay with her dad. She stays with the dad. She stays living with the dad. Then later on, the ex-wife, the mom of the 18-year-old, starts hearing rumors that they're dating. Keep in mind, this is her biological father. Okay? They're dating, bro. What? So the mom is like, there's just no way. So she tells him, like, what the fuck are you doing? You know, like, that's our daughter. You cannot date your daughter, even though she's 18. That's your biological daughter. What are you doing? And the guy was like, but I love her and she loves me and we're in love. And she's like, what? So she reports them, right? So then the girl, the 18-year-old daughter, gets pregnant. And this is a true story. You could look it up on freaking YouTube. I'm not lying. Hi, Anne. Or Anna. I mean Anna. The girl ends up getting pregnant, dude. And everybody's super pissed off about it. So you know what they do? They leave from where they live and go to a different state that actually allows you to marry basically your own brother, your own, like, you could marry your own family, like how she wants to marry her dad. They allow it. There's a Lifetime movie about this. Really? I need to see it. So the girl, they go to another state and they get married, right? And they can't get in trouble over there because they're in a different state. So then afterwards, after that happens, the mom, she reports well, this is the thing that gets weird, okay? So they get married, they take all these pictures, right? And guess who's there supporting them in their wedding? The dad's mom, which is the little girl's, well, not little girl, but the 18-year-old's grandma, right? Her dad's mom was there supporting their wedding. And then the adoptive parents of the girl were there supporting her too. Like, what the hell is wrong with you guys? Why would you even be okay with that? But anyways, they're supporting the daughter marrying her dad, and she's pregnant. Whatever, they get married. The mom finds out and she's super pissed off about it, so she reports it, but they can't do nothing about it. But then they end up coming back married to the state where they're from, and the cops arrest the dad and her. She already had the baby, I guess, at this point. So they arrest the dad and the girl. They give the dad a $10,000 bond, and he bonds out. And the baby ends up going with the dad's mom. But she's like a 76-year-old grandma. She's an older lady, right? So they were very surprised that they even allowed her to get the baby. So the baby's with the dad's mom. He bonds out and he's with the baby. The daughter, the 18-year-old daughter, she's probably like already 19, 20. She gets out of jail, but she goes back to New York to live with her adoptive parents, right? And one day she calls the dad and she tells the dad, like, look, I don't want to be with you no more. And I want my baby back. And I just want to live a normal life, you know, but I can't be with you no more because we can't be together. And I just want my baby, which is kind of weird because technically the baby is her brother and her son. Crazy shit. So the dad is super pissed off because he basically lost his wife, he lost his family, and now he's about to lose his biological daughter and wife. So he's super pissed. So he, plus like the court order was, you get to bond out, but you can't go around your daughter. you could only be with the baby because the baby is in your household, but you can't go around your other daughter, wife, I guess you can say. So he goes and tells his mom that he's going to go and take the baby to visit the daughter. Unfortunately, well, what is his mom going to do? How's she going to try to stop him? She's an older lady. So he leaves. He leaves with the baby, and he claims that he was going to take the baby to meet the mom in New York. He drives all the way to New York, whatever. He gets a hotel room, and apparently he unalives the baby. Puts the baby in the closet, and then he goes and starts spying on the daughter, okay? He starts spying on his daughter wife. He knows their routine because he used to live with them in New York, right? So he knows the routine and everything. He starts following them around, and then finally they're all together. This is the only part that I don't know if the daughter wife was in the vehicle with the parents or if it was just the parents. He follows them around, and then he pulls out his GUN, and he basically sprays the whole freaking car, and every single person in the vehicle loses their life. Okay? Again, I don't remember if she was in there or not. But then he calls his mom, and he tells his mom, like, you know, I unalived the baby, and the baby's in the closet, and I just took out the whole family, and I don't know, again, if the girl was there or not. So then the cops end up arresting him, and that's what happens. I guess he takes his life too. I believe he takes his life too. But I might be wrong. I'm not 100. I don't remember, honestly, 100%. But how sad is that story, bro? Like, that poor baby. And you know what is so messed up is, like, this girl had a really good life. I mean, she left an abusive family, which the dad was abusive. She got an amazing adopted parents. She lived in New York. She was about to start her life going to college, man. Full paid scholarship to our art school. She literally was about to start her life. She was only 18, and she went back to her biological family and falls in love with her dad. What? There is so many people in this world, bro, and you live in New York, where there's so many different people, so many different races. You have a little bit of everything in New York, and you wanted your dad. I'm just so confused. Why? And he was fail, you guys. Like, why? How could you be attracted to your dad? Like, how does that even work, man? Like, I guess, like, I know there's stories where girls, sometimes they fall in love with their fathers, but that's because the fathers mold them since they're little to be like that. Like, did you guys know that a lot of fathers in Mexico don't want their daughters to marry, like, the narcos? They don't, or a sicario, they don't want them to marry narcos or sicarios, or they will sell them to them, but sometimes they won't because they want to marry their own daughters. Dude, that shit is insane. But that happens a lot in Mexico. They sell the girls to the sicarios or narcos. If not, they keep the girls, even though it's their daughters, they keep them as wives, which is insane. Insane. People are gross. Yes, it's so weird to me, man. Like I guess to me it would make more sense for your kid to fall in love with the stepdad because it's not their real dad. But even that, when you're with somebody for so many years, those kids don't see their dad as a stepdad. They see them as a real dad, you know? Like, that's their real dad. I don't know. I just don't get it. Like, she had a perfect life, and honestly, I don't remember if she passed or not, if she was in the vehicle. I never knew, and I'm in Argentina background. Okay, yeah, that's crazy, right? There's a show on YouTube. It's like a documentary on sicarios. So if you don't know the difference between a sicario and a narco, it's not the same thing. Look it up. I can't really tell you the details on the difference because Facebook will take my live down, but look it up. There's a huge difference between both of them. But yeah, a lot of the dads want their daughters to marry them. And believe it or not, there's a lot of girls that are they're early 16, 17, 18 years old that dress up all fancy and go to the dances to try to meet a sicario or a narco because they want that lifestyle. And then the documentary that I watched on YouTube, these two sisters, that's what they were doing. They were trying to find a guy to marry. And sadly, the older sister felt like somebody had did witchcraft on her because she kept getting bad luck with the guys that she kept meeting, right? So she goes, well, not even that. She had a feeling that her dad was putting a spell on her, like doing brujeria on her, so that way the guys wouldn't want her because the dad wanted her to himself. He wanted to marry his own daughter, right? He would always interfere with her trying to meet a narco or a sicario. So she goes and meets a curandera so she could get a limpia so they can do like, you know, I don't know how you say it in English, a limpia. And the lady tells her, like, there's somebody really close to you that is doing basically witchcraft on you, so these men don't want you. And then she starts telling her, like, do you have a good relationship with your father? And then that's when she's like, no, you know, my dad wants me to just stay home and be with him and attend to him and do wife duties for him. And then the curandera tells her, like, that's who's doing it. That's who's doing it. And then, dude, this is where it gets so crazy. She starts doing like a limpia and all this stuff on the girl, and then she has her do a drink. And then all of a sudden, a bunch of hair, bro. I'm not even lying. Like strands and strands and strands of hair comes out of her mouth. Like she's pulling it out of her mouth. Which basically that is, I guess to them, is considered a witchcraft. And that's why that happened. And they were claiming it was the dad that did that to her. But right after she got the limpia, she ends up meeting a guy. And since it's a documentary, they're following her around and they're documenting everything. But when she goes to the baile and she meets a narco after the party, like after the dance, the narco, of course, got money, girl. He got money. He has the band that was playing at the dance stay around, like after party, I guess. And they go and they buy food and all this stuff. They're like at the little taco stands and stuff. And he brings the band, like El Grupo, and they start playing music for her. And then they tell the camera people that are following her that they have to leave. And, you know, the cameraman isn't going to ask any questions. I don't know if you guys know who this is, but there's this really, really famous guy on YouTube that does a lot of documentaries specifically on narcos and sicarios and anything to do with that. And he's the one that does it with these girls. He used to actually be, I don't know what specifically what it was. I don't know. I just know he was a soldier, but I have no idea besides that. Or military. He was something like that. But now he does YouTube videos kind of to give the world an insight in the narco world. And these girls, they're so pretty too. And it's sad to say, like, even a lot of the guys, the younger guys, don't want to go to school because they want to work for the narcos. And that's sad because in a lot of cases, the outcome of that is not even prison time. It's you losing your life. That's so sad. And they're young kids too, man. And the only reason why they want to do it is because of the money. In Mexico, I mean, the money rules everything in Mexico. I mean, I guess all over the world, if you think about it, it's all about money. But that documentary is really good. He has a lot of good stories that he documentaries that he's done, like videos. I mean, if you're not into stuff like that, then you're obviously not gonna really care about it. But I was really interested in seeing like how the girls get all dressed up, and their mission is to get a narco, and the higher the rank, the better, because obviously you want to make sure that you get the highest of the highest ranking guy, because he's the boss. You don't want to get the middleman. You don't want to get the bottom of the ranking. You want to get the top guy, because they have more money. But you know what's so crazy? That the higher the ranking is, like the higher the guy is, the more chances of them getting, you know, losing their lives. And the ones that are lower are basically the ones that, those are the ones you don't want to marry, for the simple fact that they're the ones that are putting their lives at risk more for the ones that are above them. I don't know the name of the documentary. Let me see. I can try to find it. Wait, is this the right time? Never mind. I'll try to find it. If you want to message me, I can look it for you, but I gotta go, girl, because I gotta take my son to work and then haul ass back. You guys, my hair's not falling out no more. Those pills that I'm taking, which they're over-the-counter medicine, is helping so much. Like, my hair is not falling out no more. So it's gonna finally start to grow back again. And I won't have this big old freaking bald. It's not even a bald spot, but it's so thin right there. Hold on. I'm going to have my daughter put Zeke in his car seat. Can you put him in here, Titi? But if you guys want to know what the channel is on YouTube, message me and I can look in a little bit and send it to you. The only thing, you guys, is anytime that I try to put links on here, it won't allow me. It'll hide the link. Even if I post it, it will hide the link no matter what. It will hide the link, so that's why I always, like, everybody was like that I'm gatekeeping about the shampooer. And I'm like, why the hell would I gatekeep? I don't gain shit off of it. I don't even get commission from it. I just don't put the link because Facebook hides it, and people will still ask for me to send it to them because they can't see the link. So if I just tell you, if you're interested in the shampooer, just message me. And you can see that I literally kept up with messaging everybody back that asked for the information, because I literally told them to check their DMs because I sent them the link directly. I don't need to gatekeep for that. Like, why would I do that? I don't even get commission. So that's why I don't put any links. I was talking about this documentary on YouTube of these young girls that go and look for sicarios or narcos to marry. And there was the one that I saw was about these two sisters. The younger sister was literally only 16, and she was out there trying to get a man. And then, you know how I said that the younger boys, they're always trying to get jobs with the narcos? Well, there's a guy that's in the documentary that owns his own little shop, like a store. And he's literally trying to convince all these kids to not work for the narcos, and he tries to give them the opportunity to work for him, you know? So that way they don't lose their lives, because that's the only outcome. Like here in the United States, when it comes to selling candies, basically candies, the outcome is you either end up going to prison, you lose your life, or you end up taking the candies yourself. That's what happens here. But in Mexico, the only outcome when you sell candies over there, you lose your life, either by your own people or your enemy. That's what happens over there. Over there, it's not like over here. It's way different over there. Do you guys remember the story about that I shared with you guys about the family? And I think it was in Texas, of the family, the whole family that lost their lives due to the uncle that he was involved with the cartel. And the 16-year-old girl tried to escape because they were in there. Two sicarios were in there basically taking out the family, and the girl tried to run out, right? And she put the baby over the fence. And then she, like, literally, because she couldn't jump with the baby, so she put the baby over the fence. Because they had cameras, you guys. You could watch the actual footage of their Ring cameras. And then the girl took off running to jump over the fence, and then she had to turn around to grab the baby. And while she was running to jump the fence, the guy was coming behind her, following her. And I don't think she saw him. She jumps over and she runs towards the other side, because the fence on this side was a brick wall, right? So that's why she put the baby over. And when she runs on the other side, the motherfucker catches up to her and ends her and the baby, dude. That shit was so sad. When I first saw that story, man, I cried so much. That was so heartbreaking to see, like, even the video, and it was all due to the uncle. A lot of people lost their lives, and the only reason why she ran out was because they were in there. There was two of them, and they were in there taking everybody out, so she couldn't hide. How was she gonna hide in there with the baby? They would have heard her, or the baby would have started crying, and it would have been a whole bad situation like that. And pobrecita, like, you could see her on the Ring camera. She is, like, literally running, and she goes like this, and she puts the baby like that over the fence, and then she turns around and she runs, and then you could see the guy. Literally so creepy. My biggest fear, you guys, is being chased. If that was, I could never do that. If that was my situation, bro, I would be done, because my biggest fear is being chased. I just can't, like, I've been through so many freaking very fucked up situations in my previous relationships, where now my biggest fear is being chased due to all that shit I went through. Like, I guess you can say I'm very traumatized due to that. So now, like, I won't even play when it comes to chasing me, because that scares me. Oh, I'm trying to put on my shoes. I gotta curl my hair when I get back, because my hair, since I washed my hair, it's like all puffy and it's not straight, so I need to come and make it match. This side's not too bad, but I still need to blend it with the, see how it looks right here? And I don't think I can do it right now. Maybe really fast. I gotta go. It's already 3:30. I'll have my son drive when we leave, and then I'll look up the video for you guys. But if you guys haven't seen the documentary on the one that I just said about the girl and the 16-year-old girl and her family, they ended up catching the two guys that did all that, and they were sicarios for the cartel. Okay, you guys, I have a clip. I thought I had a clip on my purse. Okay, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Love you guys so much. I'll see you guys in a while. Bye.